My guest today fights on the CFFC 124 card on September 2nd against Solo Hatley Jr. on UFC Fight Pass. He is Anthony DiLemme. How you doing today?
I'm good. How are you?
Can't complain. And more importantly, did I get the last name correctly? Is it DiLemme?
Dilemma, yeah.
DiLemme E. Okay.
Dilemma, yeah. Dilemma.
It's a dilemma.
Yeah.
You're currently riding a 6-fight winning streak that goes back into your amateur days. Last out, a devastating knockout finish of a pretty high respective opponent, and is a Dalipaj. Always mess up the
Yes.
name, that's why I got to go a little slower on that one. Back in March. If you look at your history, you're pretty active. I mean, in your AMI days, you did the AMI thing correctly. It was like fighting as soon as you could, get as many under your belt, and then in the pros, you're going pretty much every 4 or 5 months. Is that something that
Yeah.
the coaches have put into you, or is that just you're healthy, why not fight?
Well, honestly, I wish as an amateur I fought like every month. If I was healthy, I should have been fighting every month because ultimately, as soon as you go pro, that goes away. So like the more experience, the better. But Aljo actually always preached if you're healthy and this is something you want to do, you should be fighting, all the time. Get your experience in, make this a priority and fight all the time if this is something you want to do. So I kind of always stuck in my head and I am healthy. I'm always in the gym. So why not go and do what we're training to do? So yeah, for every 4 to 5 months, I think if the weight cut was a little bit easier, I probably could stretch it to every 3 months or so as long as I'm healthy. But I think I'm on a good schedule right now.
It's been great. I mean, I've seen you twice already. I know you've only had 3 pro careers, but I've been to both of your CFFC fights, and that's kind of rare to be like, I just saw you like last year and already
Yeah,
right back around. In this next fight, I did say it's against Solo Hatley. He has about 6 times as many fights as you.
yeah,
Record's about 50-50, 10 and
yeah.
7. When did you? I know this one was just announced publicly a day or two ago. When did you hear about this, and how has training been preparing for this veteran of the sport?
So the last two camps have kind of been just I not chaos, but just I'll get an opponent, I'll sign the contract. A couple of days later, all right, he's out. Then what about this guy? I'll do my research. All right, we're good to go. He's out. Whatever reason. And so it's just been kind of difficult to lock down an opponent. And Solo was probably the seventh guy that I was offered, and I said yes once again. Yeah, he does have a lot of experience, a lot of fights, not the best record, but no, I believe in my skill set. And the guys that I go with on a daily basis, they're UFC vets. They're ranked top 15 in the world. They're Aljamain Sterling, the bantamweight goat. So my confidence is at an all-time high. I'm no stranger to going with guys who have more fights than I do. And I know, how I handle myself and what I could do. So it's not too big of a deal.
And then, speaking of that, you said about 7 names for this one. How has the camp been, especially with that obstacle of you train for guy A, he's gone, now it's B, C,
Yeah.
and now you're almost
So
down
that's
to like halfway through the alphabet.
I thought things would change as you turn pro, and you could have one opponent, sign the contract, you train for that specific guy. But I'm kind of realizing it's not the case as of right now. Guys are still pulling out; it's still changing. So the main thing is just to focus on me, get better at my skill set, and then I have this opponent now, and seems like he's gonna make the date. He's a vet. So yeah, then I start adjusting a little bit, train with guys, his build, his height, look at the things he does well, look at the things that I could exploit and stuff like that. But most of the time and majority of the training camp has just been focused on myself, getting better in the areas that I need to get better in and getting in the best shape possible and stuff like that. Because like I said, you never know when someone's gonna pull out, and it kind of happens often. So, but to answer your question before, I was approached with his name a week ago, so it hasn't been a long time.
And you actually led perfectly to the next question, also kind of like with the training and all that, uh, and how things change. And more importantly, the call up. Just
Yeah,
between your last fight and this one, you have Bazooka is now in the UFC finally.
yeah,
Um, I'm gonna mess up his last name because I always do. Gregorio,
yep,
Ferocious. He just did
Popos.
Contender Series and is now
Yep.
going to be in the UFC.
Yep.
Montello is
Yeah, soon to be.
going for the Contender Series. Fumi
Absolutely.
returned.
Yeah,
Damian Nelson
yeah,
just did PFL last night. Like,
yeah.
just,
A lot of action going on.
and that's all within 3-4 months. How has like all this change in the camp surrounding you, has that impacted you? Like, has that boosted your priorities to do even better, or does that impact anything at all?
Um, yes and no. Like it's great. I love seeing the guys get to where I know they could be. And we all work so hard and together. So when I see them reach their dreams and their goals, it's amazing. But for me, I know where I stand. I know how I do, in the gym every day. So I know where I could be. It's just a matter of going out there and doing it. And that's what I plan to do every fight. And I'm on my way. I'll be on the Contender Series next summer, and I'll be in the UFC. So that's the plan. But I love that Dennis is finally in, Popples is in, Dylan's gonna be in soon. Pumi, it's just a matter of time. Charlie's right there too, just a phone call away. So it's a very exciting time for our team. And we don't have the biggest team. We don't have the most fancy stuff, but we're a group of guys that care about each other. We work hard, and we're just talented guys that work hard, stay the course, and we go after our dreams. So it's great to see. It's a great thing to be a part of.
And then coming to September 2nd, who's making the trip with you? I know last time it was Dennis and Pumi. I don't know
Yeah,
I don't know the third guy's name. And then prior to that, it was Ray and was it Steve?
Steve. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So
The
who's
third guy was my boy Mark, but this time it's gonna be Dennis. It's gonna be Steve, and I don't know if Ray can make it, so I'm gonna reach out to my good old friend Pumi, see if he can come down.
yeah, I wanted to see him go for the belt again. He never
Yeah,
lost it, so get that
no,
back and then
exactly.
get the call somewhere.
Get the belt
Uh
or just shoot right into UFC because he's just more than ready.
it is so good.
He's so good.
I mean, I literally bought a subscription to Spectator Streams or whatever it is, just
Yes,
because like
go watch that fight.
they announced a fight like a week before, and I was like,
Yeah,
what is he doing back, and why is he in some random like auditorium in
right.
Nashville?
Yeah.
Um, but no, like outside of that, September 2nd, we are 2 weeks away. So
Yeah.
camp is basically done. You're probably heading into your final
Yeah,
touches this week.
exactly. Then all the hard work's been done, and now it's just about being healthy as possible, get the weight down, and that's it, man. I've been training a long time for this date. Regardless if the opponents are last minute, I had this date in mind. I knew I was gonna fight on this date, regardless of who it was. So, it's been a long time of training and dieting, and ready to go.
That's great to hear. And then, outside of that, I'm gonna pass the mic to you. Sponsors, shout outs, anything you want to do. The mic's all yours. Go ahead.
No particular sponsors. Just really grateful to be part of this team and be part of a group of guys that work hard and going after this. And just to, within a year from now, we're gonna have I think we already do. I don't know the final number, but we're gonna have 20 guys in the UFC, 15, 10, 15, 20 guys, and it's just a great thing to be a part of. And I'm excited. I'm excited for the future holds and ready to get another win. And then once I get this win, grab that CFFC belt and continue on my journey to UFC.
Great to hear. And timing wise, lines up pretty well. With your
Yeah.
little 4 to 5, 6 month sprees, this takes you to basically November, December, which tends to be the two decent sized cards at the end of the year. November usually in
Yes.
Philly, and then December is AC, which you've seen how those AC cards go. Charlie was on the
Always.
last one, Dennis was the last one.
Yeah.
Definitely the great end of the year capper, which could be a title fight right there,
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
that title eliminator one. Outside of that, 2 weeks to go. Tickets are still on sale, so if someone buys a ticket, they could drop your name in the support a
Yes.
fighter, and you get a little something on the side for that. So
Absolutely.
2 weeks, I'll be there in person. Best of skill. Let's get another win.
Thank you so much. Really appreciate it.
Awesome. Thank you.